In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on September 24th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Kansas City Royals versus Los Angeles Angels. The Kansas City Royals and Los Angeles Angels square off Wednesday night at Angel Stadium, with both teams heading in opposite directions. Kansas City remains mathematically alive in the playoff race, and they send Stephen Kolek to the mound. Kolek has shown poise since joining the rotation and has given the Royals steady innings down the stretch. Across the field, the Angels continue to limp to the finish line, having dropped the opener of this series 8-4 and struggling to find momentum in September. Los Angeles will turn to Yusei Kikuchi, who has had a rocky season with a 6-11 record and a 4.05 earned run average, and he hasn't been able to string together dominant starts. Given the contrast in urgency and current form, Kansas City has the clear motivational edge. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. When these clubs get together, the recent trend leans toward fewer runs, and both lineups have been inconsistent. Kansas City has put runners on base, but has had trouble cashing them in, while Los Angeles has struggled to sustain rallies without the long ball. The Royals pitching staff has generally done a good job limiting home runs, which adds to the challenge for the Angels' offense. With Kikuchi scuffling and the Royals also prone to leaving men stranded, the setup points to another game where the scoring stays in check. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Dodgers versus Arizona Diamondbacks. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks face off Wednesday night at Chase Field in a matchup with real playoff implications. The Dodgers enter as the stronger overall team, but Blake Snell has shown a noticeable difference in his performance at home versus on the road, and that could come into play here. Arizona, meanwhile, has gained momentum the past couple of weeks as they continue to fight for a wild card berth. They'll send Ryne Nelson to the mound, who has been excellent at Chase Field with a 2.58 earned run average in 17 home appearances. Nelson has been able to limit hard contact and give the Diamondbacks a chance nearly every time he takes the ball in their park. With Arizona riding a hot stretch and Nelson pitching well in this building, the spot tilts toward the home side. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Diamondbacks money line is our full game side pick. Blake Snell has been one of the toughest arms in baseball this season, keeping hitters off balance and limiting damage consistently, while Ryne Nelson has built his reputation on strong, efficient outings at home. Both pitchers are capable of stringing together zeros, and with the pressure of the playoff chase hanging over both clubs, the at-bats are likely to tighten up. The Dodgers have the power to break a game open, but divisional games in late September often turn into grinders rather than slugfests. Arizona's approach has been about manufacturing runs more than piling them up, which also points to limited scoring. This all sets the stage for a low-scoring contest where pitching dictates the pace. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Rockies versus Seattle Mariners. The Colorado Rockies and the Seattle Mariners meet Wednesday at T-Mobile Park, one night after Seattle clinched a postseason berth with a dramatic 4-3 comeback victory. Josh Naylor delivered the key blow in that win with a bases-clearing double in the 8th inning, sending the Mariners to the playoffs for only the second time since 2001. Seattle now turns its attention to locking up the division, and the chance to celebrate again in front of the home fans is real. The Mariners have been dominant at home with a 49-27 record, and they face a Colorado team that has dropped 114 games overall and owns a dreadful 18-58 road record. Luis Castillo takes the mound for Seattle, entering at 10-8 with a 3.63 earned run average, and his numbers at home have been far stronger than on the road. Facing a Rockies lineup that has been overmatched away from Coors Field, Castillo is in position to guide the Mariners to another convincing win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Tuesday's opener stayed close until the late innings, and Wednesday's pitching matchup points toward another game where runs may be limited. Castillo has been reliable, consistently working deep into starts and holding opponents in check at T-Mobile Park. On the other side, Colorado sends Tanner Gordon, who has struggled with a 6 earned run average and 1.46 WHIP. While Gordon has not been sharp overall, Seattle's offense often does enough to secure wins without necessarily putting up crooked numbers. With Colorado struggling to score on the road and Seattle's staff in playoff form, the pieces fit for another low-scoring game where pitching sets the tone. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus San Francisco Giants. The St. Louis Cardinals pulled off a 9-8 win over the San Francisco Giants on Tuesday, marking their second straight one-run victory in a high-scoring series. It was a stunning result considering Andre Palante's season struggles, but St. Louis found enough offense to prevail as a sizable underdog, a result that officially knocked San Francisco out of the playoff race. The Giants are done, while the Cardinals remain just barely alive. At 78-80, St. Louis sits 2 games under .500 and 3.5 games out of the final wild card spot with 4 games left to play, needing a sweep and outside help to sneak in. For Wednesday's matchup, the Cardinals turn to veteran right-hander Sonny Gray, who has been one of their most dependable arms this season. Gray enters with a 14-8 record, a 4.33 earned run average, and 194 strikeouts across 174.2 innings. With elimination looming, St. Louis leans on his experience to keep their faint postseason hopes alive. Given the urgency of the moment and the edge on the mound, the Cardinals are the side to back. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. Tuesday's 9-8 contest followed Monday's 8-7 result, and both teams have shown they can score in bunches against shaky pitching. The Cardinals have leaned on their lineup to stay afloat, while the Giants' bullpen has continued to give up runs late. Even with Sonny Gray on the mound for St. Louis, the recent trend of high-scoring affairs combined with the desperation both clubs are playing with suggests another game that doesn't stay quiet. The bats have been too active on both sides to expect a sudden stop. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus Oakland Athletics. The Houston Astros are in freefall, dropping 4 straight games to lose control of the American League West race. Their struggles continued in Tuesday's opener against Oakland, where they managed just 3 hits in a 5-1 defeat. That loss marked their 6th straight against the Athletics and pushed Houston further toward the brink, with Seattle in position to clinch the division if results don't turn. For a club that entered the weekend tied for the division lead, it has been a stunning collapse, and every game now carries elimination weight. The Astros will turn to Hunter Brown, who has been one of their most dependable starters this season. Brown enters at 12-8 with a 2.3 earned run average and 1.01 WHIP across 30 starts, and he's shown consistency down the stretch. Opposite him is Luis Severino, who has struggled at home with a 1-9 record at the Coliseum this year. The splits tilt heavily toward Houston, and with the season hanging in the balance, Brown gives the Astros the edge they desperately need. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Astros money line is our full game side pick. The Houston Astros have been ice cold at the plate, managing just 3 hits in Tuesday's 5-1 loss, and their offense has been sputtering throughout this skid. They've now dropped 6 straight to Oakland, and scoring has been a major problem, especially when falling behind early. Hunter Brown has been sharp, carrying a 2.3 earned run average into this matchup, and he gives Houston a chance to limit damage from an Athletics lineup that has had some timely success, but lacks sustained punch. On the flip side, Luis Severino has labored through a rough season, but even with his struggles, the Astros offense hasn't been cashing in lately. With the total set at 9 runs, the setup points to a lower scoring game, driven